There are certain spiritual terms that get used in different settings and have different meanings depending on the context. Dharma is one of those terms. So today, I'm going to be talking about the many different interpretations of Dharma, and at the end of this video, you will learn the esoteric or secret meaning of Dharma. Dharma is a multifaceted term. It is universal and eternal. In the ultimate sense, Dharma refers to what is known as cosmic law, which is a law that applies to everything and everyone. The closest term in English to represent this higher concept is nature. So Dharma is a being's nature, and it is also the nature of this reality. Each particle within the universe has an intrinsic way of being. We see this reflected in the elements. For example, let's look at ice. Ice is ice. The Dharma of ice is to cool down and to be cold. This is a fact, and it is universal and eternal. When a person experiences a negative emotion, such as pride, anger, or fear, they feel unpleasant. The Dharma of the negative emotion is to make one miserable. In astrology, our personal Dharma is linked with our rising or ascendant sign. Your rising sign represents the desires you wish to fulfill in this lifetime. These desires are manifested as a purpose or a mission that we subconsciously strive to complete. We see the same thing on a much larger scale amongst humanity as well. Here it becomes more complex, since we, the human race, are an amalgamation of all of the elements. So, we both have our personal Dharma and a collective Dharma. Our personal Dharma is what is specific to us. It is our unique nature and the part of us that makes us special and that separates us from the rest of humanity. For instance, your personal nature might be to be intuitive and creative. As a result, you might become a professional photographer, and that would be in line with your individual Dharma. Another person's essential nature might be more inclined towards the sciences, and they would thrive as an astrophysicist or a mathematician. So, there's a personal aspect to Dharma that we all have, where we use our innate gifts to fulfill our purpose. And by doing so, we are letting our human avatar become a vessel or an instrument for the divine. So when the character or the ego uses its essential nature or gifts for a larger purpose, it is following its Dharma. The second aspect of Dharma is that which is specific to human beings. It is what distinguishes us humans from animals and allows us to merge with God consciousness. In other words, we are always expanding, and this expansion is what triggers a spiritual awakening. The point of us having Dharma is to awaken, because it is only from this awakened state that we are able to access true free will. Dharma is the name given to the force that guides us out from our current state of confusion and discomfort and into the state of awareness and peace and joy. Just as the English word religion comes from the Latin term to bind together, Dharma derives itself from the Sanskrit dar, which means to firmly hold or support. Essentially, the Dharma firmly supports us by preventing us from falling into lower, unfortunate states of existence where we would have to undergo uncomfortable and uncontrollable suffering for a long, long time. The unawakened are actually operating from the level of karma rather than Dharma. And karma is a reactive level of being. They are following the program. They are going through the motions of life. Think about the phrases that are repeated and regurgitated over and over again to us. What most people believe to be their most intimate thoughts and loving speeches are actually just recycled and rehearsed lines. They don't have the capacity to say or do anything that is genuinely from their intrinsic nature, because they are coming from such a mechanical state of being. These people don't have any free will because they are acting without any self-awareness. Self-awareness belongs to Dharma, and that is what liberates us from the programmed state of karma. When we're operating from Dharma, we're using our discernment in every scenario, rather than just defaulting back to dogma and rigidity. We imprint our unique energy signature onto the world, rather than have the world dictate to us who we should be. So, in Dharma, we are in a state of spiritual sovereignty. The esoteric meaning of Dharma comes to us when we have awakened and when we are moving towards enlightenment, because only a being who is operating from Dharma can use their full consciousness. In the karmic cycle, we are being told what is right and good and what is bad and evil, and we are not encouraged to listen to our own inner compass. A being in Dharma does not follow orders, because they know that historically, blindly following orders is what is at the root of all evil. A being in Dharma, rather, is in spiritual sovereignty. And spiritual sovereignty is in line with the natural law, which is always conspiring to get us to operate from the highest state possible. Because spiritual sovereignty is the true nature of humanity. As sovereign, we are able to clearly see what is right and what is wrong for ourselves. We can also interpret nuance because, of course, every situation is unique. Self-awareness, self-reflection, and reason wouldn't exist if we weren't meant to use it. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, verses 16, it tells us, "Keep a close watch on yourself and on the teaching. Persist in this, for by doing so, you will save both yourself and your hearers." So, it is through knowing thyself that we will know the true nature of the cosmos, the universe, and most importantly, of God. I hope this video has inspired you to fulfill your Dharma. Make sure that you subscribe for more knowledge to help you on your path towards enlightenment. God bless, and I will see you next time.